Hello babe, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you are having a marvelous day. If you are new to my channel, I'm Vera, but you can call me V, and I share amazing stories. And so if this is something you love, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Today's shout out goes to Victorine Yebuadapwa 160, Amelko, and Mohammed Zalia M3C. They were the first people to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babes. You know I love you. And now, you know, Dada, relax, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. When I married into my husband's family, I was so happy. I thought I was stepping into a family that would love me like their own daughter. I was excited. I was ready to build a new life with my husband. We didn't get our own place. My husband said, let us stay in my family house. It is big. It will save us money. We can plan for the future. I trusted him. I thought it was a smart idea. I never imagined that I was walking into a storm. From the first day I stepped into their house, I could feel it. The cold looks, the quiet whispers, the fake smiles. But I tried to stay positive. I thought maybe with time they would love me, but I was wrong. When my husband's cousin lost his job, they said it was because of me. What? When his mother's gold necklace went missing, they said I took it, even though it was later found inside their own bag. When his uncle's shop was robbed, they said it happened because I came to the shop that morning. What? Even the weather didn't spare me. One day, they were hosting a big family party. Just as it started, the clouds gathered and heavy rain fell. I heard my mother-in-law shout, "This rain is because of her. Ever since she entered this house, bad luck has been following us." Imagine, even rain was my fault. They didn't call me by name anymore. They started calling me the cursed one. If someone fell sick, it was me. If someone lost money, it was me. If someone tripped and fell, it was me. My husband tried to defend me in the beginning. He would shout at them, saying, "My wife is not cursed. Leave her alone." But the more he defended me, the more they hated me. The more they hated me, the more he became tired. I thought love would be enough to fix things. I thought kindness would melt their hearts. But in that house, the blame always found me. No matter what happened, I was always the problem. Deep inside, I started to wonder, maybe I really was cursed. Maybe I didn't even know it. But I was soon going to find out the truth. And the truth was far worse than I imagined. One day, my husband's uncle's shop caught fire. Everything burned to ashes. It was so painful. The very next day, a sister lost a pregnancy. She cried for days. Then his father's big business deal suddenly failed. He lost a lot of money. One thing after another, the family started falling apart. And who did they blame? Me. They said I brought bad luck into their home. They whispered to each other when I passed. They said, ever since she entered this house, problems have not stopped. Even when small things happened, they still pointed at me. If a plate broke, they said I caused it. Hey! If someone misplaced their phone, they said I was the one who touched it. Even when my husband's little nephew got a small fever, they said I was the reason. It didn't make sense. I didn't do anything to deserve it. I was just living, just breathing, just trying to be a good wife. But to them, I was a walking case. I was the black cloud over their heads. I tried to ignore it. I tried to show them love. I prayed with them. I served them food. I helped around the house. But no matter what I did, they found a way to blame me. The day my mother-in-law's pot cracked in the kitchen, she screamed, "Ah, this woman must go. She will not finish us in this house." My husband still defended me, but I could see he was getting tired. The pressure was too much. The family was turning him against me slowly. It felt like I was standing alone in a house full of enemies. No matter where I turned, the blame always found me. I didn't give up. I told myself, maybe if I try harder, they would love me. So I cooked their favorite meals. I cleaned the house until it sparkled. I served them with respect. I prayed for them every morning and every night. I greeted them with smiles, even when I was dying inside. I thought maybe kindness would break the wall they had built around their hearts. But I was wrong. No matter what I did, they always found something wrong. If I cooked stew, it was too salty. If I swept the compound, they said I missed the spots. If I wore new clothes, they said I was trying to show off. They watched me like oaks, waiting for me to make one mistake. And when I didn't make mistakes, they created stories to bring me down. The worst part, my husband started to change. The man who used to defend me, the man who once fought for me, slowly became distant. At first, he would shout at them and say, "Leave my wife alone, she's innocent." But over time, he grew tired. He stopped standing by me. Sometimes he just walked away when they insulted me. Other times, he sat quietly, like he agreed with them. Then one day, he looked at me and said, "But why is it that since you came, things have been falling apart?" That question broke me. I realized he was starting to believe them. He was starting to doubt me too. I wanted to scream, to remind him of the love we shared, to tell him I was not the enemy. But I couldn't even find the words. I just stared at him with tears in my eyes. I felt like I was drowning, and the one person who was supposed to save me was now the one letting me sink. I was beginning to lose my husband. One morning, after another small problem happened in the house, my in-laws finally said they were tired. They gathered together and told my husband, "Take her to a prophet. Let's see what is really inside her." My husband didn't even argue this time. He just sighed and said, "Get ready. We are going to see a prophet today." I felt like I was being dragged to court. I had done nothing wrong, but I was going to be judged. So I went. Maybe, I thought, if the prophet cleared my name, they would finally stop. When we got there, the prophet prayed and looked at me carefully. After a long moment, he said, "This woman is clean. She is not cursed. There is nothing evil following her." I smiled. I was relieved. Finally, I had proof. I thought this would end it. I thought my husband would hug me and we will go home happy. But I was wrong. When we returned, his family said, "It is a lie." What? Maybe she's using stronger charms to hide the bad ones. They said, "We don't trust that prophet." Maybe she has bribed him. What? It didn't matter what the prophet said. They already made up their minds. They told my husband, "If you don't send her away, this family will continue to suffer. She must go." My husband looked at me like he didn't know me anymore. His voice was cold when he said, "Maybe we need some time apart." I begged him. I cried. I told him, "Don't let them tear us apart. I have done nothing wrong." But his heart was gone. He had chosen peace with his family over love with me. The day my husband packed his bags and left, I thought my heart would stop. He didn't fight for me. He didn't argue with his family. He just said, maybe staying apart for a while will help. He left me alone in that big house. A house where no one smiled at me. A house where I felt like a stranger. A house where the walls whispered my names like I was the enemy. I cried every day. I begged God, what did I do? Why me? Why do they hate me so much? I searched my heart again and again, but I couldn't find any sin that deserved this much pain. I became a ghost in that house. Nobody spoke to me. Nobody ate my food. Nobody sat near me. They just watched me with sharp eyes, waiting for me to pack my things and live in shame. I was broken. I was lonely. I was tired. Then one afternoon, something happened that changed everything. I was sitting quietly on the streets when I met an old woman who used to live in the neighborhood. She was someone who knew my husband's family very well. She sat with me and quietly said, "You are not the problem. They are." I looked at her in shock. I said, "But they keep saying I am cursed. They keep saying I brought bad luck." She shook her head slowly. "My dear, you have been living with people who are hiding a secret. They know the truth, but they needed someone to blame, and that person was you." I didn't understand what she meant at that time, but what she told me next would soon open my eyes to a terrible truth. and it will change my life forever. The old woman looked around carefully, like she was afraid someone would hear her. Then she leaned close and whispered, "Let me tell you something you need to know." She told me a story that shook my whole body. Many years ago, before I even met my husband, his family took land from a poor farmer. The man fought hard to get his land back. He went to the elders, he went to the police, he begged the family to return what they had stolen, but they refused. They laughed at him. They said he was powerless. Then one day he vanished, just like that, gone. Nobody ever saw him again. People whispered that my husband's family did something to him, but no one was brave enough to speak out loud. They were a powerful family. Everyone feared them. The man's wife was devastated. She cried for days. But when she saw that nobody was going to help her, she did something that scared the whole town. She came to the land, the same land where the family later built their house. She stripped herself completely naked. She knelt down, beat her chest, and cursed them with her whole heart. "If my husband is dead, may this land never give you peace. May you never know happiness. May everything you build here fall apart." After that day, strange things started to happen to the family. Businesses failed. Children died young. People went mad. The family was falling apart. But instead of facing the truth, they started blaming everyone who came near them. The old woman said quietly, "You are not the first. Every time misfortune comes, they pick a new person to blame. It is how they survive." She looked me in the eye and said, "Some people even believe that the poor man's body is buried somewhere under this house. That is why this place is cursed. That is why the family is trapped in suffering." I felt cold all over. All the pain I had faced, all the insults, all the blame. It was never about me. They knew the truth, but they chose to hide behind me. The woman gently touched my hand and said, "You need to leave. This curse is not sleeping. If you stay, one day it will come for your children too." My whole world was spinning. What should I do now? Babe, could I walk away from my marriage? From everything I had built? The old woman held my hand tightly. Her eyes were serious. Her voice was firm. She said, "Run. Leave that house. Leave that family." I looked at her with tears in my eyes. I whispered, "But what about my marriage, babe? What about my husband? I still love him." She shook her head quickly. "Love will not save you from this. You have seen it. They blamed you for everything. They almost destroyed you. They know the curse is not you, but they will never accept it. They always need someone to carry the pain for them. Today it is you. Tomorrow it will be your children." Her words hit me like a heavy stone. "If you stay," she continued, "your children will suffer. That curse will follow your blood. It will not rest." I wanted to deny it. I wanted to say she was lying. But deep down, I knew she was right. The family was already turning my husband against me. The house had become a prison. Every day, I was losing a part of myself. The woman's warning kept ringing in my head. "Run, save yourself, save your future." My heart was heavy. How do you walk away from the man you married? Babe, he has already walked away from you. But what is love if it will kill you slowly? What is marriage if it will destroy your children? I went home that day and sat alone in my room, thinking, crying, shaking. I knew the truth. I had to leave. Sometimes walking away is the only way to save yourself. The next morning, I made my decision. I woke up early. My heart was heavy but firm. I knew what I had to do. I packed my things slowly. Every piece of clothing I folded felt like I was closing a painful chapter. Every item I touched reminded me of the tears I had cried in that house. When my husband came home and saw me with my bags, his eyes widened. He rushed to me and said, "Where are you going? Please don't leave. We can fix this. We can make it work." But I had already made my choice. I looked him in the eye and said softly but firmly, "Your family's curse is not mine to carry." He tried to hold my hand. He begged, he cried, but I shook my head. I had begged for love. I had begged for peace. I had begged for understanding, but no one listened. No one cared. Now it was my turn to choose myself. I walked away from him. I walked away from that house. I walked away from the pain. I didn't look back. I started a new life. It wasn't easy at first, but slowly I found my peace. I found my joy. I found my freedom. Up until today, I still hear stories about my husband's family. Bad things are still happening to them. They are still suffering. They are still blaming other people. They are still trapped in the same cycle of pain. But me, I am free. I am happy. I am safe. Sometimes you don't need to fight some battles that are not yours to carry. Sometimes the greatest victory is the courage to walk away. Babe, I thank God you walked away, but you should have left a long time ago. Sometimes you need to choose your peace of mind. Even the man you are fighting for is not fighting for you. Sometimes you need to walk away. I know you are married to him, but babe, marriage is not the end of the world. Your peace of mind should be paramount. It should come first. But at the end of the day, you walked away, and I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm happy for you. See, sometimes no matter what you do for people, they will never see it all. You will kill yourself. You will do everything in your power to make them happy. They will never see it. It is what it is. You just have to choose yourself. That is all. I want to hear your thoughts down below about this story, so leave them down below. And I bet you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to her in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for, babe? Come and join the family. Subscribe and like this video, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.